welcome you all on my channel Worth Data Learning Platform. And today we are going to discuss about the files and directories. Okay, so as the name suggests, files and directories in Python, we are going to discuss like how in Python we can deal with the files, how we can deal with the directories, how to explore the directories. Okay, so whatever we can imagine about doing with the files and directories, all those things have been made very simple by Python. So let's start, as I have opened already the Python cell. So let's go there. So, okay, so let's start with the file operations. And first we will try to find out like how we can find out where we are currently in, what is the directory name we are in, and how to change the directories. Okay, so let's start with that one. So before you start, you need to import the module OS. What does this mean? OS stands for operating system. Okay, so this module contains all those functions using which you can explore your directories, you can explore your files, you can create new file names, and whatever you want to do, right? So let's see what we can do majorly with this module. So let's see os dot path dot current directory. Let's see what it gives. So it gives me the current directory, which is a dot. Okay, so if you do this, it will give you a simple dot which represents the current path. But if I want to see what is my current working directory, then I need to do something like this: get current working directory. Okay, so now it will give me the current working directory. This is my current working directory. Okay, so this is the path where my Python cell is available. So by default, the path is same to the one where we are currently in, where is our cell available in the Python. So that will be our current working directory. If you want to change it, suppose you want to change it to chdir. If you want to change it to some other path like C Vikas, and then let me check what is the path name. C Vikas and then notes. That's the name of the path. So if I do this, and now if I check it, get current working directory, then it will give me C Vikas notes. Okay, so it's giving me the result in the Windows format for the path. This is the Linux format of the path. So if you are on the Windows, it will convert the path to the Windows style path. Okay, so this is the way you can find out the current working directory and the way you can change to a new directory. Okay, so apart from this, suppose we want to do some more operations like os.path.join. Suppose I want to join two paths. Suppose I have a base directory, say C test directory, the main directory, and then we want to add the new directories, this one. And sorry, not the new directories, basically new path. I need to append some new path, adding some new directories and defining a file name. Okay, so in that case, suppose inside the test directory there is one more directory, test sub1, then we have one more test sub2, and then we have a file. Its name is file.txt. Okay, this is not a valid path. Let me tell you, this is not the valid path. I'm just telling you with an example that how you can join the different paths to create a new complete path. Okay, so this will be the complete path: C test, test sub1, test sub2, and then file.txt. Okay, so this is the way you can join the paths, and you can get the results, and you can in some cases it happens like you have some different directories under some parameter name, and using those parameter names you combine the values and create a new path. So this will be useful there. Okay. Although we have not studied string there here, so till now we have not studied the strings, so we are just using the string literals. But later on, after this video, and the next video, after the next video, we will learn about the strings as well. So till then we will take the examples with the string constants, basically the string literals. Okay, so this is the way I will proceed. So next one we are going to discuss after the join is expand user. Okay, so what does expand user do? os.path dot expand user. If I give this tilde sign inside the single quotes, then it will give me the current username and the path where the current user settings resides. So inside the C users Vikash Kumar, that is the path where my current user points to. So it will show me the current user path. Okay, so sometimes you may also need to add some new path, add some new files, or you need to find some new path or create a new path inside your user directory. So you can again use the os.path.join as I have used earlier, right? So this is just an example of how you can use it, but you understand now the expand user, why we use the expand user. I'm just telling you about the basic functions and those important functions which will be used most, which are the most important one. After that, you can explore it yourself. So expand user picks you and put you inside the directory where your current user settings resides. All your settings about the current user resides. Okay, so let's move ahead and let's see some other functions, what we can do with them. Okay, so let's go with some real data, like at this path C Vikas notes, I have one file. Let me check the name of the file. Yeah, it's test1.txt. So let's do something with that to get some more examples. Okay, so os.path.split. What we are going to split? test1.txt. What does split will give me? Okay, so you can see that split has returned basically a tuple, right? So in case of tuple, you cannot modify the values. Okay, so this has returned a tuple where the first value is the directory path, the entire directory path, and the second value is the file name. Okay, so this is the way split works. It gives you the complete directory path, and the second value will be the name of the file. Okay, from this path it will separate both the things, the directory path, entire directory path, and the file name. So you can also store it in some tuple. So tuple1 you can do like this, os.path.split and then test1.txt. Okay, so now if you want to print it, print tuple1 and you can see it will print it. Okay, so if you want to print the first value like the directory name, then you will give 0 and it will give you cast nodes. I have told you about this when I was discussing about the tuples. You can access the values inside a tuple in this manner. This is the 0th index, this is the first index. So if you print tuple1 1, then it will give you the test1.txt. So this is the way you can use the split function. And apart from the split function, there is one more function which can be used with the file name. Okay, so let's see what does that give us. Split text. This is the function name, split text. So what does it give? If you give a file name, test1.txt, then it will return you the file name part and the extension part. Okay, so again you can print it like print os.path.split text, and then test1.txt. Okay, so what it will return? It will return a tuple, and we want to know the extension. So what we will give? We will give the index 1, right? So I think you are understanding what does this mean. This means that this will return a tuple, and if you have to access a tuple, the values inside a tuple, then we need to give the index. So here we are interested in the second index, which is the extension. So I have just given 1. So let's see if this works or not. Yes, it works. So this is the way you can find out the extension. So split text and split, these are the two functions. You may need to use it in your programs many times. So very soon we will discuss some program relating to these concepts. But till then we are just discussing about these concepts. So once we are ready with some basic concept, like after the strings, we will be ready with most of the things. So after that we will try to create some dummy programs, and we will see that how we can deal with these functions in some real kind of scenarios, some real programs. Okay, so split text, I think you have understood about the split text. So these are the basic functions and the important functions related to the file and directory. But apart from these, there are many, so you can explore them. But these functions are the important ones, right? So just to show you as an example, I just took them and I just explained it to you guys. But I will leave it up to you to explore the other functions using the Google, through the Google, or by other means. Okay, so let's move ahead and let's work with the directories. So if you have to work with the directories, then you need to import one module whose name is globe, right? So globe is the module which helps you to work with the directories. It provides a set of functions which you can use to explore the directories. Okay, so let's see what uses are there of the globe. So globe.globe. Okay, so here if I give like C Vikas and notes, okay, and then I give something like asterisk dot txt, right? You are familiar with the wildcards, right? So here I'm trying to find out uh, how many files are there and what are their names uh, with .txt extension inside this directory, C Vikas and notes. Okay, so let's see what it returns. Okay, so there is only one file which has been returned here, and that is test1.txt. And if I want to see all the files, then C Vikas and notes, and then asterisk dot asterisk. Let's see what happens. See, it gives you all the file names. Okay, if I do like globe.globe and C Vikas and then notes and then asterisk dot docx, then let's see what it returns. It returns me all those files having docx extension. Okay, so this is the only function, and there is one more, so you can explore that one, but that is also just a variation of the globe function, so you can understand it by your own. Apart from that, what else we have? We have in globe dot escape, right? ESCAPE. Okay, so this is the function name. So have you done this thing like just giving the name of the function? Okay, so when you just give the name of the function, you don't call with the arguments it needs, then you will just get the address of the function which has been stored inside this cell. For this cell, with respect to this cell, all these variables, all these functions have been imported. So wherever this function has been stored, I mean, whatever will be the address of this function, that will be displayed to you. Okay, so if I do globe dot escape escape and give some name, then let's see what happens. Okay, so this doesn't make any sense. Let's give us something else here. Escape C because and notes, and then something like this, test1.txt. Okay, so it will update the escape sequence here. Yeah, I have written 1 backslash, so it will convert it to a format which Windows will accept. Okay, so it adds the escape sequence basically. Okay, so this is the way escape works, and there is one more iGlobe that you can yourself explore. And it was just like I wanted you to show you that what are the basic functionality available, and you can explore rest of the things by your own. Okay, so let's move ahead one more topic, which is the file metadata. You can also get about the you get information about the metadata of the file. What is the metadata related to a file? Metadata is the data about data. So if we talk about the metadata of a file, then it means the description of the file, the metadata of the file, like when it was created, what is the size, and what time it was created, and many more things related to the file, like if it is read only, write only, whatever it has, whatever attributes has been associated to a file, those can be assessed using the metadata. So let's see how we can create the metadata, how we can get the metadata of a file. So again, to get the metadata, you need to import the OS, which we have already imported. So we don't need to write this statement, but I have written it again because I already used this on the top, import OS. So we don't need it again, but just to make it cleaner, I just imported it again. And now let's see how we can get the metadata related to a file. Okay, so let's see. Metadata is equal to OS dot stat. There is a function named stat, right? So if you give the name here, C Vikash and notes and test1.txt, then it will store the metadata of this file, the test1.txt, inside this variable metadata. If you print this metadata, then it will give you number of things here, the mode, the st-info, the stdiv. These variables doesn't make any sense. You need to convert them to some meaningful values. So I don't have much time in this video to explain it to you. You can explore it yourself, that what does this mean, what does this mean, and how to get a meaningful value from these strange values, the long values. Okay, but if we have to see some more information, like basic information, like what is the size, then you can use metadata dot st size. Suppose I want to see what is the st size, then what it will give me? It will give me 0 because it doesn't have any size, it doesn't have any content. So let's add some contents in there so that it can show us some value with respect to size. So I'm just going to save it, and I'm just going to again print the st underscore size. Okay, so let me check why it is 0. Maybe that we need to open the cell again, or maybe it's something else until it has some data available, which may be equal to at least 1 KB, then only it will show you the size, but uh, it's not like that. So let's call it again, because I have not seen this. I have not basically checked this one, but let's see if that works for us. Because my thinking is like, if we have modified the size of the file and it has size more than 0 bytes now, then in that case we need to call the stats again. I think the last stat call persists the values that we have got. If we have modified any values, then my understanding is that we need to uh, again call this stat function. This is my understanding. Let's see if my understanding is correct or not. If no, then in next video I will let you know how to use the stat, how to get the size of the file. So let's again see, let's again get the metadata, and let's again try to print the size of this file. Okay, so now it's 39. So it gives me, I think, the number of characters here, 39 bytes. Okay, so this gives me the 39 bytes. You can convert it into the kilobytes or whatever. You can create your own function, and then you can convert into the kilobytes or megabytes. Okay. Okay, so one more last important function which I would like to tell you is the real path. What does real path do? Suppose, let's see in which path we are in right now. So let's see path, not path, get CWD. It will give me the path where we are in. Okay, so we are in here path. So if we are in a directory and we are trying to access this file, test1.txt, which is already available at this location, then there is no problem. We don't have any problem with that. But sometimes it may happen like we need to know the complete absolute path. We need to create a complete absolute path in spite of being in this directory and in spite of being able to access this file. So in that case, to help us, there is one more function, and the name of that function is path dot real path. Okay, so if I give the test1.txt, then it will give me the real path. I just gave the name of the file, and it just calculated the entire path in which we are in and in which this test1.txt file exists. Okay, so this is the way it works. So these are the important functions. These were the important functions which were required to be discussed. And apart from these, there are many other functions. As soon as you will use them, you will know that how you can use them and if they are needed or not. But these were the basic functions which must need to be discussed from my side. So I just did that. And apart from that, I think I don't have anything else today for files and directories. If anything left, then I will cover that in some next videos. And apart from these files and directories, I think I'm missing something else to discuss about. Yes, the none value. Okay, so this is not related to file or directories. Whatever I'm going to discuss now, it's all about a data type, a specific value, which you can compare it with the null value that you might have encountered in C or C++ or in Java, right? So if I do something like this, a is equal to none, then it means a contains null value. It doesn't have anything, but it's not null. It will be only none. You cannot write something like null. None means a representation of null in Python. Okay, so if I write a is equal to none, compare it, then it will return me true. if I say b is equal to 10 and then if I try a is equal to b, then it will give me false. Okay, if I write like b is equal to false, b is equal to none, then also it will return me false. So this is all about none. It was a small topic, and if you try to see that what is the data type of none, none has its own data type, then you can see its non-type. Okay, it's a non-type data type, and you cannot create any non-type variable. It doesn't create anything non-type. You need to assign the non-value, basically the non-type value, to some variable, right? So you can see that this is a and I have assigned none here, and later I can assign it some value, integer or string, anything. Okay, so this can be used when you are going to compare the values, and you have some requirement of using the null type of mechanism in your program. Okay, so this is all about for today. We have discussed today about the none and the files and directories handling. So in next video, we will do some exercise around this. We will again explore some list, set and dictionaries features along with this file and directories, and we will try to create some program, or we'll try to write some small application. Okay, so next video I will meet you again. So till then, I would request you guys to just share the videos, just subscribe my channel, just like it, and let me know if there is anything which I can improve in this, which I need to add